Right, I'm now going to talk about complex carbs and simple carbs. Complex means the body's having to take time to work it out and break it down, therefore releasing slower releasing energy. Simple carbs are foods that are easily broken down, so you get that quick energy buzz. The only problem with simple carbs is they're mostly enzyme dead. So they don't contain any enzymes, or the process of refined and simple carbs is the process that they've been handled and removes most of any goodness out of them, the nutrients. There's no enzymes, nothing. So it's stuff that we don't need. Yeah, it may taste great. You probably see a lot of things there, crisps, pasta. What I will tell you is, it's not the end. I'm not saying do not consume all of this, but I'll tell you what you have to have a balance of to make sure that while you're eating this, you're not doing yourself any damage. So you've got biscuits, you've got sweets, cakes, dough, bread, pasta, and white rice as well. As I said, these are enzyme dead. So once you're consuming these, you're not having the enzymes within the food to help break down the food. And that can lead to some problems. The problems you'll find is not having the enzymes is you'll eventually get things in the blood called the yeast, or in the plasma, called the yeast buds and fungal forms. Now, yeast buds and fungal forms you do not want in your plasma, and I'll show you a picture of this now. Right, this is leading on to I was explaining to you about simple and refined carbs. From the consumption, a lot of doughs, breads, white rice, white pasta, cakes, biscuits, chocolates, pastries, pies, list goes on, muffins, cookies, fizzy drinks, most baked goods, battered stuff, breaded stuff. It's easily broken down. But there's no enzyme, so the problem you have is these things here. You see them there. They're yeast buds. Now this was in my blood a long time ago before I started sorting it out. Yeast buds there, down there. You can see them all clumped together. The yeast buds. Fungal forms as well. You can get some fungal forms in there. You can see roughly. Now these attract parasites, and you're thinking, well, what's a parasite? Parasites you can get in some foods, some foods. Animals, if you're quite close to animals, a lot of times they sleep on your beds, and they're full of parasites, and they eventually, even just by touching them, will get into your skin, into your system. And also bad types of water. It won't really affect us because we've got, obviously our water is quite well regulated, but foreign countries especially. And what parasites do is they will eat yeast buds and fungal forms. That's their food source. So this is a flag a flag to the parasite saying, come and eat me. And the problem with that is if you have too much yeast, or you're consuming too many simple and refined carbs without the enzymes, you're going to attract the parasites, which then will bog down your immune system. Your immune system, again, is your white cells, as I said from the other videos. Your white cells then will be having a hard time trying to fight off the parasites, or they'll be turning to fight off all the parasites that are eating the food, which is the food source which you put in your body for the parasites to eat. They will end up being consuming and trying to battle off the parasites, where they should be defending you against bacteria and viruses. So when you've got a bogged down immune system, it's probably because your white cells are battling all the simple refined carbs you've been putting in your bodies, creating yeast buds and fungal forms, and in turn these attract parasites, and in turn from that your white cells are trying to consume and eat and devour and get rid of the parasites, rather than getting rid of your bacteria in the blood and the viruses as well. And that's what causes a low immune system. problem with the yeast buds and fungal forms is once they attract parasites, the parasites obviously start consuming yeast and the fungal forms, but they also start attacking your red cells. So what you'll find is the parasites they've got many different sort of forms, but they can be long strands. I haven't got any in my blood here, but they're long strands, and they start to latch on and they start to attack the membranes of your red cells. And once they can get in, they can then get into your side of your red cells and start consuming and destroying your red cells, which is what you do not want. So what you'll find is they start to worm their way along, attack. We can do a video quickly here, a drawing. If we can do a drawing here. So there's your. Oh, hold on. There's your cells. What you'll find is they look like this, and they've got little branches coming off, and they start to attack the membrane of your red cells. They start to get in there, and and this ends up dying, which is what you don't want to do, because these are your lifeline, your delivery drivers for your organs, and they keep on doing this and doing this. As long as they've got a food source, they will keep attacking, and that's why your immune system then tries to attack the parasites, which takes them away from fighting bacteria and viruses. Okay. Right, now I've explained simple refined carbs and what damage they can do in your body, and they've not got any real benefit at all. What I will say is, let's put this, pasta and rice are really good for the body, but as long as you're having an enzyme rich complex carb food source, there are massive benefits from rice, there's massive benefits from pasta. It's quite difficult because they are simple and refined, but at the same time they do have benefits, so I can put that sort of there. So the stuff that is rendered, a waste of time for your bodies, all this stuff here. Yeah, it tastes lovely, it tastes great, but there's no benefit. Bread, dough, crisps, cakes, baked goods, as I said, sweets, fizzy drinks, there's no benefit. Rice and pasta, there is a benefit. It is high carb and good for energy, but you must make sure, and as I said, if you're going to have to still eat this stuff, then fine, but you need the complex carbs and the enzyme rich foods, which will help break down and remove all the yeast buds and your fungal forms as well. So again, complex carbs are tomatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, avocados, aubergines, watercress, soy milk, quaker soy milk there, kale, spinach, beans are a very good source as well. Different types of beans there. Dates, seeds, goji berries are there. There's lots and lots of things. Fruits, I've not mentioned fruits on here at the moment. We'll get some more fruit. But your apples, your grapefruits, lemons, oranges. All of these foods are complex carbs, which basically means the chain that these are made up of. Again, as I said before, they take a lot longer for the body to break down. It's like the body's trying to break down and figure out a puzzle. It takes a lot longer, but it gives you slow release and energy. And as these are enzyme rich, especially as I said before in the other videos, the greens are enzyme rich. These will remove and keep your plasma clean. These are the things that break down all the stuff you don't want in your plasma, i.e. what's over here. So if you're consuming this all day long, there's a good chance, of you having a lot of yeast buds, fungal forms in your plasma. And if you've got a lot of pets around you, and other bits and pieces, then you may well have, parasites in your blood. And that's if you're feeling always tired, fatigue, and you're really low immune system all the time, wondering why you're always ill. It's probably because you have a lot of this stuff in your blood, and your immune system is spending half the time let's say you've got a low immune system. You've got a low immune system because it's battling this stuff. But if you consume most of this stuff, it's enzyme rich. The enzymes deal with the bad stuff, and your white cells can concentrate on fighting bacteria, infections, viruses, etc. So hopefully that helps people understand the concept of good carbs, bad carbs, complex carbs, simple carbs. And again, if you're going to eat all this stuff, it's good if you can't, if you don't, sorry, but if you're going to eat all this stuff, then make sure you've got the bulk of it. You're going to have a lot of enzyme based foods, and then you shouldn't have a problem with this stuff, if that makes any sense. Try to keep it as simple as I can, so hopefully this helps. Thank you.